Hello, trainers. Professor Palm here. And today I'm just not feeling me. I'm just feeling like I just don't know what to talk about anymore, and I really just don't have the desire to keep moving or doing anything anymore. I guess I had a good run while it lasted. Thanks for watching, I guess. So I better quit while I can. I think I'm gonna delete my channel right now.
Whoa! Mesprit! How's it going? Hey! I got my emotions back! Alright! Thanks a lot, Mesprit! But I don't know what to talk about today. I don't have the knowledge to talk about anything. Whoa, Uxie! Hey! Inspiration has hit me! Knowledge! I know what to talk on! I can talk on the Lake Guardians today! Ugh, but there's so much research to do with that, and I don't have the drive to do that anymore. Azelf, hey! Hey! I got my willpower and my drive back. All right, I got my emotion, my knowledge, and my willpower back. I'm so happy. Huh, I wonder why I was so empty and so hollow like a shed ninja just a second ago. Well, since the Lake Guardians are here, why don't we talk on them today? While I could go on and on talking about all three of them, I think we should talk about each one of them individually. And how should we start this? Maybe we should start with the Pokemon that taught us the joys and sorrow of life, and that would be Mesprit. So, why don't we talk about the sweet emotions with our little Mesprit? And trust me, it's more than a feeling.
With Mesprit being the being of emotion, it can... Mesprit, what are you doing? Come on, silly. We have a video to shoot. Since this Pokemon is the being of emotion... Come on, Mesprit. We really have a video to shoot. You can play later. You're kind of starting to get me a little frustrated. Well, then again, it is the emotion Pokemon. Looks like Mesprit's being a little grumpy right now. But, oh well. After all, this Pokemon is the being of emotion. It has a very gray, pixie-like body, and it has two cute little tails. Both of them have a ruby or a red gem encrusted in the middle of both of its tails. When you turn it around, Mesprit's head is pink or magenta with a very bright red gem in the middle of its head. Also, on top of its head are four droopy-like appendages. This is an idea of nerves, which also give us feeling. When Mesprit was born, people learned the angers, the joys, the sorrows, and even the fears of being alive. This is what people called the birth of emotion. Being the fact that this Pokemon is the emotion Pokemon, it really does live up to its name. After all, it's a wandering Pokemon, and it oftentimes flees from you. Think about how many times you had to track this thing down before you caught it. How did that make you feel? Did it upset you, annoy you, or were you one of those people who was happy to do that because you like a challenge? Either way, you gotta admit, this Pokemon really does know how to bring the emotion to a battle. While Mesprit is a very playful Pokemon, and it really does like to play with others' emotions in a good way, it can also have a very dark side. Mesprit oftentimes likes to tease others. It also has the ability to suppress people's emotions, only when it is threatened, though. You see, having that is a very scary thing. After all, you had all those emotions for 1 second, and then in another second, poof, they're all gone. Imagine how scary that would be. But some people don't really care about it either. Mesprit, on the other hand, can give it back anytime it wants. But sometimes it likes to tease others, and it likes to keep those emotions suppressed until it decides it's bored and gives them back. Well, this Pokemon certainly is giving me a lot of fears. It's making me happy. It's making me kind of angry. It's making me kind of sad. And it's kind of making me fearful after hearing what it can do to my emotions. So, let's talk about a different Pokemon. How about we talk about one that gave us the ability to learn and gave us brain power? Yes, that's a great idea. I know who to talk about. Let's talk about Uxie. Now with our being of knowledge, Uxie here, we can... Oh no! Uxie, are you asleep? No, wait, it's not asleep. It's just closed its eyes because of its brain power. It's kind of hard to tell if Uxie's awake or not. The reason why Uxie's eyes are always closed is because Uxie's brain power is so strong, it can erase the memory of anyone it sees just by looking at it. If you've watched Men in Black, you'll know that this Pokemon is like a neuralizer. Hey Men in Black, I think we found a great Pokemon for you. Just like Mesprit, Uxie has a bluish-gray body, it has 2 tails, and just like Mesprit, both of its tails have 2 red gems in the middle encrusted on it. But unlike Mesprit, whose head had 4 different appendages, Uxie's head is yellow, or it's gold, and its head represents something different. It represents more of a human brain. Looking at Uxie from this point of view, it definitely looks like it has a brain on top of its head. And this is a Pokemon you could tell knows a lot about everything. After all, it's the knowledge Pokemon. Oh, and just like its other previous sibling, Uxie has a ginormous red gem in the middle of its head. Unlike its other siblings, Uxie's eyes are often never seen, because you know what would happen if you looked at its eyes. Don't you? Or did you forget? When Uxie was born and it flew for the very first time, people and Pokemon all over the world learned the ability to solve their problems, they learned how to make things, and they even learned vast amounts of information. People call this 2 things, the birth of Uxie and the birth of knowledge. And without Uxie, Pokemon professors and experts alike would not exist. Just like Alakazam, Uxie has the most complex brain in the entire world of Pokemon. It can think of several things going on at one moment, and it even has answers to questions we do not know what to ask. In fact, some people say that this Pokemon can tell the future of what will happen, even if it has an impossibility. It can even read languages that we don't know. I can't imagine how terrifying the world may have been like before Uxie was born. There was no knowledge, there were problems all over the place, people didn't know what to do, Pokemon didn't even know what to do. I wonder how anybody got by before this Pokemon was born. Maybe it's best not to think about that, and be happy with what we have today. Thinking about all that just made me think I have a lot of problems right now, and I really don't know if I really want to talk about any of them or how many problems are going on. So how about we talk about a better Pokemon? Let's talk about a Pokemon that taught us drive and determination. And let's welcome our little elf himself, Azelf. With Azelf, we're going to talk all about determination and drive. Wait a second. Azelf, where are you? You should have been here by now. Oh, right. This Pokemon's training. And because of its extreme determination, it may not be here for a while. Hopefully he teleports here soon. Ah, Azelf! Great to see you drop in! Well, I guess it's done for training for you, huh? Well, glad you have a lot of determination and drive. Just like Uxie and Mesprit, Azelf has a grayish and light bluish body, and it also has 2 tails with 2 red gems in the middle of it. But unlike the other 2, Azelf has more blue on its body, especially in its head, which looks kind of cone-like. Its cone-like head could also be looked at as if this Pokemon is an elf with a very long hat. Also, just like its 2 previous siblings, Azelf has a big red gem in the middle of its head. When Azelf was born, people and Pokemon alike were bestowed the power of determination and drive. There are 2 things people call it, the birth of Azelf and the birth of Willpower. And without this Pokemon, Pokemon trainers and even gym leaders wouldn't exist. Similar to Mesprit, Azelf also has a very dark side. This Pokemon has the ability to bend people's will and turn them into its mindless slaves and puppets. It can also get rid of all the drive and determination and turn a person or even a Pokemon into its mindless slave. Yikes! For a little Pokemon that only has to do with willpower, it sure does want people at its will. While this Pokemon may have a very dark side, it is very helpful for life. After all, this Pokemon helps us set goals, and it helps us achieve them as we have the drive and the determination to keep going. Without it, how could we even make a goal or even have ideas of what we want to do? Azelf, Uxie, and Mesprit are currently the only mythical trio to all share the same typing, being Psychic. Even though these Pokemon look like pixies, they are pure psychic, and not a single one of them can learn a fairy-type move, except by TM. Similar to Doctor Strange and the Ancient One, as well as the sorcerers that learn the same magic, all three of these Pokemon have the ability to separate themselves from their physical being, which is helpful as these Pokemon oftentimes lay sleeping dormant at the bottom of the lake to keep the world in balance, but they do have their spirit forms to always look around and enjoy themselves. Thankfully, these Pokemon can go back to their bodies anytime they want. All three of the Lake Guardians live in 3 different lakes on different sides of Mount Coronet. Mesprit lives at Lake Verity, which is west of Mount Coronet. Azelf lives on the east of Mount Coronet at Lake Valor, and Uxie lives north of Mount Coronet near Snowpoint City at Lake Acuity. All 3 of these Pokemon help us live life to the fullest, and without any of them, life would never be the same it was. I guess you could also say that there is a Legend of Zelda reference with these Pokemon, because Uxie, Azelf, and Mesprit together are the Holy Triforce.
Are the Lake Guardians your favorite Pokemon of a mythical trio? Which of them do you like the best? Or do you like all 3 of them equally? Which of the traits that they have do you think is the most important? Emotion, knowledge, or willpower? Also, how long did it take you to catch Mesprit in the wild? And who was the very first one you ever captured? I would love to know. For me, my personal favorite of the trio is Azelf, as it was the first one I ever captured, and it was a great Pokemon to raise. If you dig my shirt that I wear, this is the Psychic Knight Within from TechraNova. She's a great artist, and I buy her shirts a lot on Etsy. If you really want to buy this, please do. Give her the business she deserves, because she's an incredible artist and makes one-of-a-kind shirts. So, if you liked what you saw, please leave a like. If you wish to answer any of my questions, or you want me to talk about another Pokemon line or another subject in general, please comment. And if you like what you see and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. So, thanks for watching. Palm out.